What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno, and we're going back to Dave DDR's COSHH label. Mentioned it before, it's a wicked acid-techno label, but one that samples or incorporates rock tunes of a number of different styles: punk rock, surf rock, like space rock, all sorts of different rock tunes. So it's a wicked acid-techno label, but it's sort of like a cheeky, kind of like novelty label too. But yeah, shout out to Dave DDR, always love the label. I don't have all the records, I think I only have a couple. But yeah, this is the Surf's Up EP, this is COSHH number 5. It's from 1999. On one side, it does have a sort of acid-techno version of the Wipeout tune, that classic surf rock tune, although it's called Wiped Out. But we're going to listen to the tune on the other side called The Bird, which I believe is sort of an acid-techno rendition of a tune originally recorded, I think, in the early 60s by the Rivingtons called The Bird. And I think it's been covered by a number of other later artists. I don't think the vocal sample in this one, if it is a sample, like maybe it's an original vocal just done in the style of the Bird song, but if it is a sample, then I think it's from a later version. I don't think it's from the Rivingtons original. I think it must be from a different cover. But yeah, like I said, we're going to listen to The Bird, which is by the Binmen, which I now know, I didn't know when I got the record, but I now know it's label boss Dave DDR, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Liberator. So shout out to Dave and Chris. But let's get to it. This is the Binmen. The Bird, as I said, sort of an homage to a Rivingtons tune, I think from like 63, maybe 62. But this is COSHH number 5, and as I said, it's the Binmen, The Bird. And again, 99, so this is about 23 years old.
Everybody says about the bird.
Acid already like an idling engine. Coming in like a aural hallucination. Kick drum. Not messing around. Actually redlining. Is really nice, by the way. It's kind of like a nice, precise hat. Ooh. Acid really snarling, going to the next level of snarling. Kind of like hallucinatory, like vocals, sort of like ghostly across the track. There's that lower end. Acid just, it's already on a heightened intensity, but you can tell it's just ready to shriek and scream. Some hints, just a tease of what lies ahead. You know, it's like, I've used this tune in many mixes over the years, especially like more energetic, kind of fast and having it acid-techno sets, but I wasn't really thinking about that sort of like, those layers of like kind of ghostly, like washed out, like barely discernible kind of vocals. Didn't remember that layer. Obviously, I was thinking of the sample, the bird's the word, and the mow, 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 wind sort of like choir kind of in the background. Like an acid-techno punk rock cover of the original kind of like rock and roll tune. And again, if you didn't know, not only Chris Liberator, but some other people in the acid-techno world, like, they have history in the punk rock world too. And acid-techno is very much kind of the punk rock of the electronic dance/rave like world. Like pattering sort of percussion, and that double acid wave. Like a 60s rock and roll tune and doused it with liquid LSD, this is what would result. Oh, I like that shift. Went from that really like fast, pittery, pattery percussion to like a more stripped down with just that hat. Different layers of acid sort of complementing each other, making the larger texture. Just started your double drop right there. But any track with a good kind of like rhythmic vocal like this is great layered over your incoming tune. Excellent for double dropping. Simple acid guitar riff. I like how there were a couple pops like right after it ended. It's like, thank you for finding your way to the end of the record, pops, rather than being right in the middle of an epic section. But yeah, it's top tune. You know, like I said, I think the label in some ways is a bit of a novelty. Like, you know, some of the tracks I think like you have to find the right place for. You know, if you played a mix of all tracks like this, I think they might kind of like drown each other out, or like make it so none of them stand out as much as any individual one would in a set. So like if you use, you know, this in one mix and then Wiped Out on the other side in a different mix, and To the Bat Rave Let's Go in a different mix, I think it would work. But like I said, I think if you did a mix of only COSHH tunes, it's almost like they're all so sort of unique and exceptional that they'd end up seeming more normal, and they wouldn't like have the impact they normally would. So again, I don't know, when I think about tunes, I'm thinking about them not only as a work art themselves, but you know, inevitably I am a DJ, so I'm often thinking about how I might use them, what other tunes they might mix well with or not so. So yeah, it's one of those things about being a DJ for going on now like 27 years, is you just, inevitably you think about tunes in two different contexts. So anyway, even for those non-DJ folks out there, I do think it's a really cool tune. As I said, I guess it depends on whether you're into kind of the rock that is sampled by these different COSHH tunes. I very much like 60s R&B and like early rock and roll. I love that stuff. So I love an acid-techno tune that at least is indirectly sampling a tune like that. Again, this tune might be like the Coasters or something, because a lot of those R&B and early rock and roll groups, they like were covering each other's songs all the time. Like someone would come out with a song, and then like a year later another group would do it, and then like a year after that another group would do it, and maybe that's the one that would really hit, but it would draw attention indirectly to the originals or the other like earlier covers. So yeah, I'm not sure which version of The Bird the vocals come from, or if it actually is a recorded vocal for the track. But yeah, if someone does have that knowledge, do let me know. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Peace.